Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome.
Rez. Nice to see you.
I can't even see my comment. Oh, there we go. Hello, Rez. Welcome to another brand new episode of Haunted Experiences in 60 with, as always, Miss Diana Henry. And my name is Nick Sarlo with Shadow Hunters Paranormal Investigation and Events. And we are also live streaming also on our Shadow Hunters page tonight with
Yay!
the show. So we can try to get
Cool.
some more people to watch and everything. How have you been, Diana?
I have been great. Work is picking up, but I still get to come home and sleep in my bed. Hi, Sharon.
Sharon goes, "Hey there, my weirdo friends."
Yeah, that's us.
Hey, Sharon, guess what? Diana and I are at a doings right now.
We're at a doings. We're not going to be giving away any fixins, but
And I can't say that other thing.
yeah.
Starts
Nope.
with an S.
No, because you're nasty. Okay.
He's nasty. Welcome, everybody, to a brand new show. We are excited tonight. Sharon, no fixins. We are excited tonight because we are going to be talking about our haunted experiences at Indiana State Sanatorium.
No.
Indiana State was probably the creepiest place that I have been to. I don't know about you, Diana, and this was all during the day.
Yeah. Nothing at night.
No.
I mean, we were only there for like 3 hours, 4 hours. Yep.
Yeah, like about 3 to 4 hours, just because it was too hot. It was way too hot. It was way too muggy, and then the rain did not help at all.
No.
It was too much. Hello, Jenny. And
Hi, Jenny.
we're not weirdos.
Good to see you.
No. But yeah, we went to Indiana State Sanatorium, and we had a great time. Like that
We did.
was. It was a great time during the day, and that is, and you guys will see the footage on here tonight. That is when we captured our first, even though we've been doing this for about 18 years, this is when we captured our first apparition on film. And I screamed like a little girl, and I ran the other way.
This is Sam. Say hi, Sam. Go
Hi,
lay
puppy.
Oh, he's giving me the sad face now. See?
Now, Diana, do you remember, was there any personal experience there that kind of really touched you?
Yeah, a couple of them. It was in the superintendent's house, and you get to walk around it. I mean, there's still some like up in the attic. There's still papers, and there's just there's some stuff there. And I'm sitting in the living room by the fireplace, and I had some dowsing rods, and my arms hurt so bad because it was like, I don't want to move a muscle. I don't want to, influence these rods in any way. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to it, I'm like, well, is it okay if we're here?
Mm-hmm.
And they crossed. I'm like, oh, okay. Can you uncross them? And they uncrossed. And then I said, well, where should I go?
Mm-hmm.
And my left one, now I am still trying to go ahead and I'm not in it, circled around twice. And then, this one, my right one wasn't doing anything. It was just kind of sitting there. And then it came around and it stopped. And I said, where should I be? Mm-hmm. And both rods turned to my left. Well, the superintendent's house is across the street from the nursing and the doctor's dorms.
Yep.
So I, being a nurse, did not belong in the superintendent's house. I belonged over there. Mm-hmm. So it was like definitely an interesting experience, and they were pretty active with with what the things I would ask. But when it started to spin, it was like, oh, look at that. Yeah, as long as it didn't poke my eye out, I'm good.
Well, they didn't even, the people at Indiana State didn't even want us to go in the doctor's bungalows because they were way too dangerous.
Yeah.
To even enter. Guys, we would have loved to go in there
In a minute.
But I mean, you just look in there and you're like, oh, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, floors, part of floors missing, roofs missing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It's not. Even though it would have been cool, it's not worth your life.
Even a tetanus shot wouldn't have covered all that.
Yeah, a little antibiotic taken right away. No,
Yeah,
I don't think
you're
so.
good, you're good. I was gonna say you should know since you're a nurse.
Yeah. Also on the top floor, that was where they would have the most violent men up there. And yeah, I found a quarter and I walked up, and the one room that was said to have held the most violent man, or so I went into his room and I put the quarter on the floor and I said, you know, and we had the REM pod, I think.
Yep.
Didn't we? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I was like, hi, I'm here. Is it okay if I'm here? And so he lit up the green light, or whomever lit up, because you never know, guy, girl, I don't know.
Right.
But then, so they went ahead and I said, okay. And I put the quarter on the ground. It's like, do you want to have that quarter? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Then I was like, do you want me to leave?
Right.
Yeah. And it was like, I think I got a pretty big, yeah. Just please. I was like, okay,
yeah, that place.
We're good.
And the place that Diana is talking about too. So there was 5 buildings on the property that we were allowed to go in.
Mm-hmm.
There was the mansion, which is where like the superintendent stayed and his family, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You had that. You had the nursing home, which is weird because it's shaped in it's shaped pretty much in a cross. It looks exactly like a cross. And then you had what was that other building?
The power plant.
The power plant, that's it. And then you had the mental asylum, which is all the way at the end, which is where I had the experience at. And then the tunnels. The tunnels scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Even though nothing happened in the tunnels,
you just felt.
You did.
I mean, there's a lot of people there.
Oh yeah. And the tunnels is where they would bring the people out when they died. They would go all through these tunnels and get out there. It was like all the way at the end. We went to the end too, with the door and everything. We opened the door and we're like, oh God. So I actually have the video pulled up, but I'm going to show you guys exactly what it's like in these tunnels. And you can't see anything in front of your face.
I sent you the picture of the mansion.
Oh, the mansion. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up.
This was a nursing home.
It should pop up in a second. All right, here we go. So these are the tunnels. And again, guys, we are using Paraflix. Make sure you guys do subscribe to Paraflix, $3.99 a month or $29.99 for an entire year. And don't miss our brand new show where we do everything solo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm sitting by myself in the tunnels. These just go on and on. Yeah. And as you guys can see, there's like only one window in there.
Well, that's where they would bring the bodies out that weren't fortunate enough to make it out alive.
And if you guys look, like a lot of that stuff is super old too.
Huh. I don't know where that one's back on.
And I believe it in this scene too, it also shows Diana when you came up. Oh, there goes my flashlight.
Flashlight's down.
Yeah, claustrophobic. If you're claustrophobic, don't.
Oh, it gets even darker. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't like spiders, don't
Oh
go.
God, no.
They were
I remember Pat freaking out.
It's a little odd.
nice. Of the size of a $50. Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice that it's cold down here though.
Yeah, it was really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whoever's coming, tell us what these rings are for. Because we can't figure it out. Look, they're all here.
And I guess, Diana, we were way off trying to
Be careful, watch your head.
Oh, it's getting
trying to find the morgue. The morgue is upstairs. I had no clue.
Holy
No.
shit.
She said there was nothing.
I mean, there was another room. I didn't enter it at that time. Pat? Wait. No.
Nothing.
No, some. Shh, Nick's talking. Nice, Courtney. Yeah, so it's just like
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine doing this at night. I mean, we would be lost forever. We just keep going.
Well,
my God. Okay, so
here's
you want to
your-
know why I asked if Pat was with you?
why?
I was in the old part, right, and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh shit, everybody left me. I'm like, okay. So I come in and I see something kind of walk across the front way and I'm like, right? I'm like, Pat? Is anybody down here? Nothing.
But I came from the other room. Are you in front of the stairs?
Yeah, no, you were up in front, like here's the door and then that run room. And I was like, Pat? Is anybody down here? And I'm like, nothing.
I was trying to find the morgue.
Okay, for Pat is known
Where's that
for
person?
all of a sudden disappearing into nowhere. And then
Yeah.
it'll pop up like, ah!
Pat is pretty much like the team ninja. Put it
Yeah,
put it
he
that
is.
way.
Yeah, he appears out of nowhere.
Yeah,
So-
he that's why we love him on the team. I mean, he
Mhm.
does great, and he does very good historical work too,
Yeah.
for shadow hunters and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But for Indiana State, like we had to do a lot of research during that time because originally we weren't going to go to Indiana State, but then we
Last
found out
minute.
last minute because the night before we investigated Ashmore Estates. And Ashmore Estates, for people that don't know, Ashmore Estates is only an hour and 10 minutes
Mhm.
from Ashmore to Indiana State. And we're like, oh, well, we can't. Why don't we go? Let's just go.
I mean, we're
and
here. Yeah.
see if they'll let us take pictures and stuff like that. And when we were there, we got there and I had called the lady and all that, and she goes, well, it's $50. Why don't you guys just go in the buildings for $50 for about like 5 hours? I was like, oh, done. Let's go. I originally we just wanted to go there just to take pictures, just to say that we were there, type of
Mhm.
thing. Hi, Christina. And it just still thinking back to that place, it gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
Do you remember your experience in the mansion with that? I think it was the K2 meter and the doll.
No.
Or we
don't.
we were using, what were we using? I think it was the Ovilus. I think it
Okay.
was, and there was like a couple dolls like in front of us, in front of the fireplace, and we were talking to the dolls and everything like that to see if they would interact, and we were getting some pretty good stuff there.
Nicky doesn't like that.
No.
It gives him the creepies. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, me and dolls don't mix.
Yeah, it's true. Well, because you get they are creepy. Yeah.
I don't like dolls, and when I noticed that they were talking to the dolls, I just kind of walked into the next room and just stayed over there until they were done.
Yeah. They didn't say anything evil or well, not evil. They didn't say anything malicious or anything like that. They were, kind of like, hey, here we are hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, even Ron, he says no to the dolls. See, I'm not the only one.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
No thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Indiana State was definitely just every minute. We were just very excited to be there because we've seen Indiana State on Destination Fear, and when I saw it on Destination Fear, I was like, oh God, I got to go to this place. I need to go, and all that. And then you said you sent a picture, right, Diana?
Yeah, I hope you got it. It was of the mansion.
I didn't get anything of the mansion.
Or something. I tried, and then all of a sudden it started saying that no, it wouldn't take. But there was another experience. When we got to the nursing home. Remember that one? We set up the REM pods in the. We set up one in the nurses station and somewhere else, I think. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go down and pretend like I'm handing out meds. So
yes,
you remember this? And I was walking down, and so I was farther away, but apparently the REM pods were going off like fierce in the nurses station while I was down there. Then I walked into one gentleman's room, and he did not like company. No. I could feel him, and I had a very, very bad feeling, like get the hell out of my room kind of feeling. And I was like, okay. So it's like, I'm all right. But then when I walked back up to the nurse's station, the REM pods weren't going off anymore.
Yep. I'm
And
trying
so
to find. I'm gonna have to really go through this. Some of the pictures from Indiana State. Ron, it looks like Ron is saying dolls are creepy, but the spirit or entity is rarely inside the doll. The spirit or entity is nearly or attached to the doll. It can come and go as well as change from spirit, entity, or demon to the next.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't deal with dolls. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah. And what's funny is that I was like, when I was a kid, I had all kinds of dolls. And, but each one of them had a personality. So it was either schizophrenic or I didn't realize that my gifts, I had them at that time. One of those things is like, don't touch her. She doesn't like that. No. So it's just like, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron. Absolutely. So did you find it? Nickaroo?
Some pictures of Indiana State. So what I'm doing is I'm sending them to you, and then I'm going to pull them up on here. Here we go. I found a whole bunch of pictures. Sorry, guys. I know we're going. And there's the creepy ass hallway. There's the
Yeah.
nurse's station. There we go. I found all the pictures.
Yeah, because I picked up and I took the tray that they would put the meds on
Okay.
with me. So I kind of moved things around probably. Good thing your boss isn't watching. No, that's okay. It was in a different state. They'll never know. Just kidding. So let me see if I can.
All right, here we go. I got it pulled up, or I'm about to have it pulled up. Share screen, Facebook.
That's okay.
There we go. Okay.
There you go.
So this is over at the nurse's station. This was actually the millimeter REM pod attachment that we have.
Mhm.
And the millimeter part of it wouldn't shut up. It kept going and going.
Mhm.
And then next, here's one of the creepy hallways this was in the what do you call it? The nursing home, right?
Yeah. Okay. And I walked all the way down, and then that
Mhm.
last room, then on the right is where I went.
And Diana's like shouting as loud as possible. All right, come and get your meds. Come and get your meds.
And probably the nurses and the thing, it's not time for meds, you know.
And we're waiting for like something big to happen or somebody to, because you found a tray,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that they would pass meds on.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Let's see. This is like the original window from Indiana State.
Mhm.
All the way from back then. And I mean, the windows still look pretty good.
Yeah. Of course, they vibrate when you touch them.
Yes. Definitely. This is their own water tower that was there. I know which way you're going with this.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice.
I really like this picture.
Yeah.
Of you looking out the window.
Did you get yours on there too?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's the water
Water
tower a
tower.
little further back.
Yeah.
This is the psychiatric center, I guess you can call it. So this was the building all the way at the end.
Yeah.
And this thing was massive. And we went on the roof for a quick second.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I did.
Because remember there was like a swarm of bees up there. We're like, nope, we're going back down.
Oh, that's right. I didn't. I let you guys do that. I was like, oh.
It was
bees
cool to be
are
on
merely
top.
the vehicle. No, sorry.
Yep. Nope. No bees.
No.
But if you guys look, this is how big.
Big. And that's just one building.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's just one building that we were there for.
Yeah. And this is why they had their own power plant.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you came onto the, and pretty much everything was there.
Yep. Yeah, it was gigantic. This place is huge. We're gonna go to commercial break in a few minutes, but when we come back, we'll explain one of the big things that had happened. I gotta load the video, make sure the video loads. But this was the first time that we actually caught anything on camera like this. And it was, I think for me, it was a very unique experience because I never thought going on a paranormal investigation after doing this all this years that anything like this would ever happen. I never, ever thought of it. And
but
now
it's cool that it finally did.
You guys were pretty freaked out too, though.
Well, you're screaming, Nick. That could freak anybody out. It's like, our fearless leader comes running up screaming like he's afraid of something.
And it wasn't a spider, I promise.
No, it wasn't.
All right, guys, we're going to go to commercial break real quick. When we do come back, I'm going to have the video loaded and we'll show you guys exactly, we'll kind of walk you through it step by step of everything. So we'll be right back.
If you're a fan of the paranormal world, then you'll love WLTK-DB Talk Radio. Talk shows bringing you the latest on everything paranormal, cryptozoological, metaphysical, true crime, psychic readings, and more. The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTKDB.com.
Welcome back to WLTK-DB, The Talk, all paranormal radio. You guys are listening to Haunted Experiences in 60 with Diana Henry and Nick Sarlo. We are from Shadowhunters Paranormal Investigation and Events. We are talking about our haunted experience at Indiana State Sanatorium. And just to show you guys again how big this building is, this is a drone footage that we were able to get from our good friends over at Blood Moon Paranormal. They had sent this to us to use for the video, but it'll kind of show you guys exactly how big this place is.
Yeah, it's huge. Yep. There it is.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, this place was gigantic. That's the building. That's the admin building. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the admin building was where I saw, the ghost of Pat walking around in the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely gigantic, and what was cool though is all the buildings connected to each other.
Mm-hmm.
All
underground tunnels. Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah. The grounds, honestly, the area was gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Now, a lot of people do say though that the grounds were actually haunted too, because a lot of people ran out from the grounds and got run over by cars. Mm-hmm. They have found people that were hanged. The river, I think there was a river nearby too, I believe, that people had drowned in as well.
Yeah, and right there, water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
water
yeah,
and the paranormal definitely have a lot to do with each other. So real quick, I'm going to try to find this video. Diana, do you want to kind of explain what happened on that floor?
So Nick was doing his solo, right? He was alone you were on the third floor, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So he was on the third floor and we were all up on the fourth floor, kind of walking around and, looking at patient rooms and, trying to see what's going on. You could feel the people there. And we're doing okay. All of a sudden we hear this blood-curdling scream. Is pretty much the way to go ahead and explain that.
Hi, Bill.
And Nick comes tearing up, running. And I was like, what are you saying? He goes, I got something. Coolest part about that is that we were able to go back downstairs and the apparition that he had filmed was still there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was still there. Everybody else who came from downstairs, they got to see it. So pretty much this all happened in the psychiatric ward. And the psychiatric ward, there's 5 floors. The first floor connects right into the cafeteria, which would also be the nursing home. Mm-hmm. And you have the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So we decided to start on the 5th floor, which is where they would put the worst of men, evil, everything like that. So we went up there, and I think the only thing we caught up there though was there was a door slamming.
Yeah.
In front of everybody. Mm-hmm. And then we went down to the 4th floor, which was just a normal men's ward. Mm-hmm. And we're walking, and we really didn't get anything, but I think that's where you had your dowsing rods experience, right? Or was that on the 5th floor?
It was on the 5th floor.
It was the fourth floor. Okay.
Mhm.
So not much is happening on the 4th floor. So I was like, you know what? I have a walkie-talkie. I have my phone and all that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try. Let me go downstairs by myself and see what happens. We usually don't even recommend leaving the team, especially in a big building like that. But I kind of knew that because it was daytime that I could still see. Everything was fine. And
We
so I
had
go,
communication devices that were still working.
yeah, surprisingly. So I decided to go downstairs, and as soon as I left them, I start going down the stairs and everything. And as soon as I opened that door, I didn't feel right at all. I could feel like stuff all around my,
Mhm.
just kind of like watching me and what's going on. So there's little Nick just walking down this creepy ass hallway, and all of a sudden I hear tap, tap, tap. I was like, the hell's that noise? Look around, I didn't see anything, and then I come up to this big gigantic window on my left-hand side, and it's raining out. And that's where the tapping comes from. And then all of a sudden, I just happened to do this with my camera, and it shot, and it looked straight down, and you see this figure pop out and then pop back in. And at first I didn't realize what the hell happened. I was like, it's got to be my eyes playing tricks on me, because we only had like 4, maybe 5 hours sleep
Yes.
both nights.
Uh,
And so I was like, you know what? I'm probably tired. I'm probably just seeing stuff and all that. I didn't see it. It wasn't me seeing anything. And then finally, when I realized what had happened, I freaked out, and I just took off, ran upstairs. I was like, guys, whoa, holy cow. I caught something. I caught something.
mhm.
And people have asked me before, they're like, well, why are you running? Why are you scared?
Because we always do, because fear takes over.
Oh, yeah. And the thing that people don't understand is when you're at a haunted location, you don't expect to see anything like that.
No.
Okay.
Mhm.
Going on a ghost hunt could be like watching paint dry. It's one of the most boringest things, but when something happens, it's one of the most exciting things.
Mhm.
It's kind of hard to explain. So when this happened,
Probably, Courtney.
that ghost was watching you like, wow, he likes me. I think, yeah. A lot of people say I should go back and ask her on a date, see what happens.
There you go. There you
Um,
go.
But so what you guys are about to see is completely different than what I saw. What I saw was a girl that was in a hospital gown. Bill, I'd like to stay, but I have a date with an ice pack. Love you both. Bye, Bill. You take
Bye,
care.
Bill. Feel better.
And I saw a girl dressed in a hospital gown. She had like a big blood stain right here. And then she had long blonde hair. But that's what I saw. But what you guys see is even creepier, because it's just like this white apparition that just goes in, goes out. So I'm going to replay the video a couple more times. And then there's something else we noticed in the video which creeps me out even more. But I'll explain that in a minute. So first, here's the video. Window. All right. Is it pulled up?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's super quick.
It's very quick. So I'm going to go back again. And then I'm going to play it real slow too. So, I can't pause it there. But okay. Do you guys see this area right here? She's right here. Okay. So if I play it
And it's
slow,
peeking out from around the corner.
there's 1 frame, 2 frame, 3. Oops.
And that's a runaway.
Yep. That's where Nick took off.
Hey, wait, I saw her face. That's
So
the first time I've ever seen her face.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've always seen it just black, something like a shadow person. But yeah, now that you've like slowed it down, even
And see, you could see her at the end. You could still see her right now.
uh-huh.
And when I play it, you really see her pop out. Boom. All right. So before I do that, before I let it play, I was on a radio show maybe about 2 weeks before we had Spirits in the Spring. Okay.
Mhm.
And I showed them this video clip and they enhanced it. Whoever that ghost was also followed me going up the stairs, and you can see her clearly going up the stairs with me. Watch this.
Okay. So this is the first time I'm seeing this too. So
All right, ready? Watch,
Yeah.
look to the right.
oh
See this?
oh.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of moves with it too. Boom.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's not like the wall falling apart.
No, because we enhanced it too. And when you
Mhm.
enhance it, you see a head, shoulder,
Shoulders. Yeah, I see that.
arm. Like she followed me over there too.
Either that or it was somebody else.
That it could be somebody else too. Maybe kind of
Or
been like,
somebody,
okay, what,
maybe a nurse that heard you scream was coming down to help you.
right? That could be too. Well, I didn't want her help. I wanted the living's help, not that. But yeah, Courtney, I guess you can kind of see it does look a little bit like the same.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
they super enhanced it, and I was like, I didn't even notice it.
yeah.
And I've watched this video so many times, but I think because my eye was just focused on one thing,
Mhm.
that when they showed me, I was like, oh God, like what if it was her?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Has anything followed you home from there?
The same ghosts are still in my house as usual. So.
There you go.
But
Oh, I did that. That's the first time I saw that. So yeah, that is pretty cool.
yeah,
That's definite. I mean, you can't even
let me see if
You
I
can't
can
even
go.
deny that at all.
Speed. Here we go. That's even
That looks
creepier.
like they're going back down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
It
From my
could be.
let me get you bigger here. Okay. Get that out of the way.
There we go.
Oh wow.
But it's like it almost kind of looks 3D too.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, and now you can really kind of see like the face a little bit more. You can see the hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, now that I can play it slow, we'll go back to
These are always cool.
you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
her. Yeah, right
Freak
there.
out.
Hello, right there. There's a better view of her. All the way down at the end.
Yeah, and there's nothing that could have made that down. Because the gentleman I am planning on marrying is a huge skeptic. Enormous. Says, I'm not going to go on that because I'll ruin it for everybody. So I'm like, that's a good idea. But he because I showed him this and he was like, well, you know, lights are playing. And I'm like, that's a dark area.
Mm-hmm.
There is no light around there. Nothing that could be reflecting off of anything. So yeah,
there was that it still gives me creeps, and I would love to go back.
You should.
and kind of see exactly what it was, and maybe see if they want to communicate, which I kind of think they do, because there was a paranormal team that went there 2 weeks after we did, and they did a spirit box session. And my name in that area came through 3 times. It said, Nick, where's Nick?
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't know, unless maybe there's another Nick, or and Courtney goes, when you said go back, it echoed real creepy.
There you go. Wow, it waved. What?
Maybe it did wave. Here, we'll go back. Let's see.
How you doing?
Hello there. I don't know. I just see it kind of like stick in and out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Still gives me the creeps, but it was a good creep, because this is what we do. This is what we chase after.
Exactly. So that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that one. Right at the
Courtney's
beginning, I see the hand come out and wave a bit and grab the door handle.
Is it on this part, Courtney, or is it the part where I'm running?
I don't know. I put it on big screen. So you got to tell me what she says.
Are you guys? It's very subtle, but my phone is in my face. This okay? So it's at this part. All right, we can play it again. That's.
The more I look at her, the more she takes shape.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just me, or am I just like?
Are you talking about right here, Courtney? Okay, now I see a face.
She does have blonde hair.
Yes. I have pictures from outside the Eloise Asylum that have apparitions in the pictures. Oh, very nice, Cindy.
That is cool.
Yeah, she's saying right here. So I can kind of see what she's talking about, but the door that's right there, so this figure, whatever it is all the way in the back.
Mm-hmm. And not by a door, right?
Right. It's not by the door, because there's not even a room next to that door. So I mean, unless
did that break off into like 2 rooms at the end?
Yeah, that's where it was sideways. It was the 2 rooms.
Okay. So she might be coming around from there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was really.
And what I want to do is I want to try to get this picture blown up and make it an actual picture. And then that way,
not have it grainy. That's the hard part right there.
That's the issue, is having it grainy and all that. Yeah, definitely a crazy experience we had there. So what we'll do now is we'll kind of open it up to questions a little bit. We got a little bit of time left, but we'll open it up to questions. If you guys have any questions for us about Indiana State Sanatorium or anything else, just definitely let us know.
Definitely scary. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm looking forward, because we're talking about going to other places now, and gonna get some. You know what I wish? I wish we could use some of that secret location stuff.
We might be able to.
Yeah.
If we just keep it secret, we should be fine.
Yeah, because they let us. Yeah, that was the first time I ever called a ghost a fucker.
Yeah.
And I apologized. It was like the filter was lifted because I got freaked out. So we don't have any EVPs, do we?
Not from there.
Yeah.
We didn't capture any EVPs from there. Cindy says, what's the scariest experience you guys ever had? Well, this one is mine. Definitely.
Yeah. Mine was last week's, when I became something I'm not. Yeah.
At Old Baraboo Inn. Yeah, she kind of came under the influence of something else that definitely
something kind of jumped in to
Mhm.
me with, yeah, it's a learning experience. I am a lot more protected now.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not gonna let you. That was scary. I think because it was so intense,
Mhm.
so intense.
Yeah.
I mean, like people who were watching last week actually said, it's like your whole face changed, your whole demeanor changed. You
Yep.
were like, rah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so looking forward to more stuff though.
Yeah, we do have a lot more stuff planned for you guys. We're
Mhm.
going to be doing a brand new show for Paraflix called Solo in the Shadows, and getting jumped is always creepy. Yes, that would definitely be creepy.
Yeah.
We have a new show, and the whole point of the show is because we really want to play with the paranormal, kind of see what really happens. Is
Mhm.
we'll all show up at the location, so everybody's going to be there. It's not like we're really going alone, because that's just plain dangerous and stupid. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But we'll meet there at the place.
No, ma'am, absolutely not. We
No,
will not go alone.
we will not go alone. But then we're going to go by ourselves in the building. Now, when we do that, though, we will have our phones on us at all times, and we will have walkie-talkies on us at all times.
Yes.
So if something happens, we'll know.
Yep.
But we're really excited to do this. We're going to be filming soon. I'm just looking for a good date that we can do this and stuff. But there's a whole bunch of places that we're about to go to. We're actually going to be at a whole bunch of Paracons too. If you guys want to come out and meet us, and
We are. It's exciting. Super excited about that.
we love doing what we do, and just come meet us, come talk to us, and all that. We're going to, on September 9th, we have Celebration of Fall in Lake Villa. It's from 3 to 8. It's this big fall festival. We're actually the only paranormal team there. So you guys can come see us and stuff. And then at 9 o'clock, there will be fireworks too.
Yeah. So phones recording when you investigate. Yeah, but we are very, very big on, we have it on airplane mode.
Yeah.
We don't, we don't want to pick up,
Right.
stuff that's not really there.
And if something was going on, we would switch our phones right off of airplane mode and just call each other and all that. Rebecca says, was your experience of being jumped like an out-of-body experience, or could you still see everything around you as it was? That's a good question.
Well, it was kind of, I could see everything, but the thing that freaked me out the most was when Scotty, our psychic, walked in front of me, and I actually saw myself punching him in the temple to kill him. Now, I'm not that big. I could probably, hit Scotty and it'd like bounce off, and he'd be like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
but yeah, it was so intense and so hateful and so just angry.
Yep.
Angry that then it was not me. It was somebody who was there when all this stuff was going on, that was calling bullshit.
Yeah.
And and the thing is, though, which kind of freaked me out as well, is that my daughter at Old Baraboo, and also she can see things that I can't. Because like I'm 57 years old. When I was growing up, it was like, you don't talk about that stuff, because you will end up in one of these places. So I spent my whole life trying to block it, and my daughter is just like, okay, we're gonna do this, and she saw things that had actually, they have proof that happened, and she saw those things happening. So yeah, I make sure she's really protected too. Yeah.
Rebecca says, mine was like floating in outer space, but I could hear and feel people who were not physically there.
Oh, cool.
That would be
Yeah,
a rad experience.
That would be. I just,
Definitely.
yeah.
Hi, Joshua. Welcome.
Glad you're here.
Same. Also, I blocked it for years, but I'm also, she's 52.
Yeah. So I'm going to be, I'm actually working with our psychic now. He gives me homework. Yeah. Cause, now I do see shadow people. I see people around me all the time. And instead of saying, okay, you can go away now, my homework is I have to ask them who they are and what they have to tell me. So that's still kind of hard for me because, you know, all the creepy stories and, you know, movies and stuff. But from what I'm experienced, even though, you know, I'm really, really new, and that other one was angry. I never felt anything demonic. I'm all, you know, the guy was pissed. The guy was angry, and it was definitely a male. Yes.
There we go.
So, but yeah, it's
definitely one of a kind.
I'm so glad you guys ask us.
Yeah, absolutely. We love these questions and everything, and you know, it helps us for next time and for different shows and all that. And anything that you guys want to know, definitely ask us. Like I said, we have a couple more Paracons that are coming up. October 7th, we're going to be at the Haunted Rock Island Paracon in Rock Island, Illinois. That one we're really excited for because the presentation that we have, I can't say.
It's really cool.
Yeah. This is something that has never been shown to anybody before. And you're going to be very surprised at what location this was at. We had to ask this location for special permission just to do this talk that we're going to do. Rebecca says, had a woman from that location kept coming to tell me to come back and talk to her again too.
Yeah. I did return to old OBI because my daughter's team was there, and I ended up having to call the team, and I was like, I was a half an hour out, and I knew they were waiting for me to come back. I knew it. They were like, we're waiting for you. You better get here soon. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know. Newbie, you still want to what?
We're getting a private chat from Todd. We're being told to wrap it up because he's got to start his other show in a minute.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Thank you guys so much for.
We'll see you next time.
Next week we are actually going to be talking about Ashmore Estates, and we're going to have a special guest with us. We're going to try to get Nick Simons from 28 Days Haunted on with us from Netflix.
Oh, that'd be great.
So thank you guys so much for coming, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.